Hey, what's up, everyone? Ralph here. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about job hunting, right? Because it seems a lot of people are struggling finding work. And I can remember back in like 2022, during the pandemic when things were going on, how there were more jobs than there were actually people looking for jobs, right? And this gave the leverage to employees. Like, so if they wanted to command a certain salary, they could, because these companies were having trouble filling positions. So it seems that kind of switched now. Now it seems like they have more people looking for work than they have jobs available. So that kind of obviously shifts the power, the leverage back to the employer, so they can they can dictate how much they pay someone and say, all right, if you don't want it, we can find someone else. So it's just interesting to see that dynamic, and you can see a lot of people struggling finding work all over the place. So let's hear what the people got to say, and I'll comment afterwards.
So I've been seeing a lot of TikToks lately about how girls in marketing, I mean anyone in marketing, but it's been girls that I've been seeing, but can't find a job right now. And I just totally felt this. So I got my bachelor's degree in marketing, and literally right after college, which I graduated during COVID, so probably not the best time. But for the life of me, I could not find a job like just applying online. My first job out of college, I got it through my husband knowing somebody who needed a marketing person. So that was my first job out of college. And I did social media management for like a small gym. And after that, when I tried to find my next job, it was 10 times harder. I literally applied to like every job on LinkedIn, Indeed, just even companies' websites. And anytime I got an interview, I just did not have enough experience. Companies did not care about my degree at all, did not ask about my degree whatsoever.
I'm gonna do a video about degrees and the nonsense, obviously the whole college, university. I won't do in this video, but I'll create a separate video about when it comes to college degrees and how much the whole college scam, how much of a scam college is. But when it comes to her situation, marketing, right? The thing about marketing is that there's so many people that want to do marketing, right? Like this, companies can find anybody that's interested in marketing. So it's such a broad thing, right? You got to be very specific when it comes to marketing. Not that it's a bad skill. Marketing is obviously a very good skill, but the thing is, there's so many people want to do marketing, especially females. You see a lot of females when they get into they want to get in marketing. So I'm pretty sure these companies they have a bunch of people that are interested in marketing. So they have their pick of the litter when it comes to choosing that. So I'm not surprised when she left her one job and then tried to look for another one. It was 10 times harder because marketing is a very tough thing. So I'm not surprised. And then the degree, I'll make sure to do another video about that another time.
And when I did explain my experience, it was not enough for them for entry-level positions. Like, it's really just so sad that our degrees basically mean nothing anymore. Like, I wish I would have actually, I guess, done like a ton of internships during college, which I didn't. I worked instead because I wanted to make money. I know some internships pay, but like, I just didn't want to do internships. I wanted to actually make money throughout college. And now I do have a full-time job. I'm a buyer. So it's nothing to do with marketing. So, I mean, yes, I kind of feel like my degree is wasted because I'm not using anything from school, although I'm glad I got the experience there. But besides that, like, I am not using my degree whatsoever in my career. So I've been seeing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm thankful that I don't have to go through this whole job searching process, man. I remember doing that, and it was a pain in the ass. Like just coming up, fixing up your resume, updating your resume, doing a cover letter. At the time, I was like, "What the hell is a cover letter? Why I gotta do that? Just here's the resume." But people talked about the cover letter. But I just remember going through the whole process, going through the job searching process, and just looking for stuff that obviously you want to find things that you like or something that interests you. You come to a point where it's just like, you get to a point where it's just like, yo, this process is very vigorous. It's just like it can be overwhelming for a lot of people. And I can understand for a lot of people trying to find something that they want to do within the degree. You want to find something that you're going to enjoy, that you're going to have a good time working at. But the thing with these jobs, man, it's just that so, especially now, like when there's just obviously you're going through people laying people off. So finding a job now is going to be a lot much harder. And, companies are trying to be restricted when it comes to their budget, especially when it comes to, now they got to deal with high interest rates. So, the debt that they're servicing is costing more. So they obviously they want to hit make their budget. So finding a job, they probably just don't have as many jobs available for a lot of people. So many people are struggling. But I just remember just going through the process. It's just a vigorous process, and finding something that you actually going to enjoy. I'm just thankful that I don't have to do that. Like, I would recommend, look, man, people just, if you don't want to go through the whole job searching process, and I know this is not for everyone, start your own business, do your own thing. I mean, I think that was for me. That was something I've always wanted to do. That was something, working a 9 to 5, it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't my thing. So when I was going through the process, it was just like, I know I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, right? And I know you hear a lot of people complaining about doing a 9 to 5. Look, I'm all for it. If you don't want to do the 9 to 5, cool. But like I always said, what is your alternative? What are you going to do? You can't just keep bitching and complaining about you don't like the 9 to 5. Like, you need to do something about it, because everybody got to work. Whether you got your own business, whether you got the 9 to 5 job, you got to find a way to make money, because things in here aren't free. So if you don't want to do the 9 to 5 job, then you're going to have to figure something out. And for me, it was starting my own thing, me having control over my finances. And I would recommend that for a lot of people. If you do have the motivation and the will to do it, if you want to do the 9 to 5 job, that's cool as well, right? Because we need people to do that as well. And if you like what you're doing, just keep doing it, right? But for those that are struggling with the 9 to 5 and trying to get the pay that they want, sometimes you're at the mercy of these companies, right? They're gonna pay you what they want. So for me, it was just like, I'd rather dictate my income. I don't want to have to go through the job searching process and be like, oh, this is what you're offering. I'm like, hey, I want more. This is all we're giving, and this is what you just gotta deal with, right? And then you're just going through the job hopping process. For me, I remember going through that. It was just like, I'm just thankful that I don't have to do that anymore. So I feel for the people that are doing it now, but it is what it is. Is you're dealing with other people's businesses. You gotta deal with what they got. So we got one more video about a woman. She's going through the job searching process, so let's check that out.
So I applied for a job. I got a standard rejection email. They didn't want to interview me, but they said, I'm happy to gather additional feedback for you on the decision if you'd like. And I said, good morning. I would welcome any additional feedback that you could provide. And this was the response that I got. Like, what are we doing here? I get that the job market is really tough right now, but I really feel like there's no excuse for this.
So you got companies ghosting people, man. Like, you got error messages. I've never had that before. So I mean, I think I've been hearing a lot more of that happening. That people are getting in contact with them and just no one, they're not responding. So they call it, these companies are ghosting. So that's kind of interesting to hear that. But this is the process, man. Like, this is what you're dealing with, man. Like, back in 2022, where employees had the leverage, man, you could just, whatever job that you wanted, you could have to choose your pick of the litter of what you want to do. But now that's not so much. That's not the case, especially with the economy being the way it is, companies being tight with their hiring process. So it's definitely a grind. So, and you got so many people looking for work, and it's hard to find a job that you like. You can't be picky. You gotta pick something. You gotta pick whatever's there. But for a lot of people, they depending on who you are, they want that nice little cushy air conditioned job, and sometimes those are tough to find. So that's all I got for you guys today. Interested to hear your comments. Make sure to leave a comment down below, hit the like button, share, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. All right, so you guys take care and have a good one. Later.